Hello everyone, my name is Adelia Dunova from State University of Surabaya, English Literature 2023A. In this occasion, I will analyze about intercultural communication dynamics within the show The Great Pretender as the final assignment of global and intercultural communication subject. Please enjoy my analysis. Before we dive further into the presentation, we would look at the points we will discuss in this presentation. The first one is about the show and anime itself, and what intercultural communication dynamics will be discussed, that is, stereotype and cultural identity. A cultural stereotype is an oversimplified generalized belief or assumption about a group of people based on their cultures, ethnicity, or nationality. It often reduces individuals to a set of traits, behavior, or characteristics, ignoring their uniqueness. While some may seem harmless or humorous, they can lead to prejudice, discrimination, or misunderstanding. Cultural identity is how people define themselves based on shared traditions, values, languages, religion, and customs from their cultural group. It is what makes you feel connected to your roots and give you a sense of belonging. Unlike stereotypes, it's personal, rich, and multifaceted, showing who you truly are. The Great Pretender is an anime about Makoto Edamura, a small-time Japanese scammer who gets scammed by Laurent Thierry, a French swindler. Together, they travel the world scamming corrupt elites, blending action, humor, and deep emotional backstories all in one show with a vibrant, multicultural flair. The first issue we are going to talk about is the scene from episode 1, the beginning of Laurent's series schemes involving Makoto Edamura. In this scene, Makoto said all foreigners are the same after scamming Laurent, meaning that foreigners would always see Japanese as kind people and not aware of how they can be. Later on, it's revealed that Makoto had always been in Laurent's team because Laurent planned to recruit him into the team and wanted to test how far Makoto's skill on scamming are. This is a stereotype. Makoto Edamura labeled all foreigners as innocent and foolish people, but then, without him knowing, Lauren is actually another professional scammer that scammed him as well. Now, how can we fix this stereotype? If this really happened in real life, the first solution to stop this from happening is not underestimating someone based from where that someone is from. Understanding that everyone can share the same trait and personality could erase this stereotype from all people. Now, on to the second issue, still a stereotype issue. In this scene, in episode 4, Makoto and Lauren met a mafia boss named Eddie. It was revealed that Lauren's plan was to sell fake drugs to Eddie, and his plan with Makoto is to make him a fake professor that made the drug to make Eddie believe them and buy the drugs. Eddie, though he's a mafia, worked with a corrupt police named Anderson. When he and Anderson had troubles, Eddie mentioned that US police are lazy. Lauren then mentioned that Japanese people, referring to Makoto, would work without complaint, unlike the US police stereotyping Japanese people as diligent and hardworking people. While the stereotype is not all harmless and it could be seen as a compliment to Japanese people, the stereotype could also make it seem like Japanese people are easy to manipulate. If implemented in real life, this could lead to inhuman labor. It could be handled by not using this fact in wrong ways and keep it only as a compliment for Japanese people. On to the third issue. This third issue will discuss more about the stereotype in the United States. In this scene, Makoto and Abby were engaging in a conversation. Makoto tell her that he wanted to leave since he lived in Japan all his life, where mafias don't exactly expose themselves and instead hiding in the shadows and work discreetly. Meanwhile, in America, the land of freedom, things like mafia and their actions like doing and buying illegal things are everywhere. Because surely everyone knows what is an American dream is. It is freedom. It causes Makoto to be overwhelmed and thus he wanted to return to Japan. The stereotype labeled the United States as a free country where anyone can do anything, no matter good things or bad things. While it may be true, addressing it like that could make everyone outside America views the country with a bad perspective, since crime and everything is in there. It could cause people to discriminate American people as they are labeled too free and wild. The next issue will be about cultural identity. As a Japanese, Makoto believed in Japanese history depicted and how he always bring a figure of Toyotomi Hideyoshi, which is a great figure in historical Japanese. Makoto believed that he'd someday become like Hideyoshi if he tried hard enough, making the figure his motivation. The impact of believing and making a Japanese historical figure his motivation is quite huge on Makoto, and every time he seemed to be motivated or so, he would always act confident in front Lauren and Abby, who does not understand the effect or impact Hideyoshi had since they are foreigners and not Japanese. The fifth issue is also about cultural identity. The setting of the show in different countries like America and Singapore show how local cultures influence their plans. For example, in the arc Singaporean Sky, their strategies must be adapted to the racing culture in Asia. And in Los Angeles Connection episodes, they made a strategy using FBI and American mafia cultures in their scamming plan. The characters like Makoto, Lauren, and Abby interactions are constantly changing according to different cultural contexts, showing how the environment influences communication. It explains no matter where we are from, we must adapt to the country's culture when we are in that country. In conclusion, The Great Pretender is a show that shows various cultures through the lens of Makoto Edamura by his experiences in Los Angeles and Singapore. Not knowing anything in such foreign country, he only relies on stereotypes and his cultural identity to survive. Lastly, I thank to the audiences who have been attentive to the whole presentation. I hope this can add your understanding in intercultural communication dynamics, especially stereotypes and cultural identity, and as well as viewing Great Pretender as more than a show. Thank you and see you again very, very soon.